their network infrastructure and give them a platform to connect to what is known as the National Broadband Initiative, or GovNet. And speaking of GovNet, the Universal Service Fund is the major funder of the National Broadband Initiative, or GovNet. Right? And we fund that initiative to the tune of, this year, just over $1.2 billion. That's not million, billion. That's with 9 zeros. It's a lot of money, right? Now, to connect some of the schools that I would have mentioned earlier are beneficiaries of the connection onto the national broadband infrastructure. And Browns Hall Primary here, you are actually one of the schools that are connected through that initiative. USF is also known for what we call our Connect JA, or our public Wi-Fi installations. And that is our effort to provide free internet access to our parks and green spaces and public thoroughfares. Right? And today we would have had online 23 public Wi-Fi, and you're getting one here you're getting one in Spanish Town. This is just further down from you. Right? So when you're in the Spanish Town environs along that promenade by the police station and in that environs, you will have free access to internet courtesy of the Universal Service Fund. Right? Now, by the end of this financial year, we would bump that number up to 29 island-wide. Right? Now, in addition to our public Wi-Fi offerings, we have, why we're here today, our community Wi-Fi offerings. And that's a similar project, but a little bit more targeted to on a narrow scale. It's very targeted to the community. And as our CEO would have mentioned earlier, it was to ensure that it was born out of the need during the COVID pandemic, that to ensure that children were able to still progress their learning activities, even though we were under the stay-at-home mandates from the Ministry of Health. Right? In addition to so we were mandated, as mentioned earlier, to produce 189 of those, and that was 3 per constituency. And we were further mandated to continue that over the following 2 financial years. And so by the end, so we have completed 189, and by the end of this financial year, we will 120 to that number, giving us roughly about 316 or 315, 316 community Wi-Fi offerings. Right? Now, in addition to that, the Universal Service Fund, we also participate in upskilling our unattached youth. And we do that through our Technology Advancement Program. Now, the Technology Advancement Program has trained today just over 1,500 students since starting. And skilling students in the area of computer repair, electronic data processing, Microsoft management, productivity applications, etc. This year, we have the 3rd iteration of that project, and that is where we're upskilling 300 students, and that is through our commuted students and our residential students. And we are upskilling those students in the area of programming, software development, mobile application development, and web application development. And that's a big deal. Right? The USF also provides support to our high schoolers, right? And it's not just through internet access, but we have now a target of 100 in the initial rollout, 100 ICT clubs in our high schools, right? Now, this Friday, we will be having our official launch, and that's at the University of the West Indies, for our ICT clubs for the first set of our ICT clubs for this quarter, right? And that will be what, about 8 o'clock on Friday, this Friday, 10 o'clock, right? So live streaming will start after approximately 10 a.m. on Friday. So stay tuned for that, and I'll give you some information on how you can access that. shortly. So that's where I'm at now, actually. Right. So, as mentioned earlier, it's a big investment. The community Wi-Fi, the infrastructure that we placed there, it's millions of dollars, as the CEO would have mentioned earlier. And so we would like that should you have noticed any damage to the equipment, if you have any issues where the service is not being made available, so you can connect no internet, or but it would have torn off one of the access points, or the cable burned, pulled down from a truck, or whatever it is. I'm going to invite everybody to call the Universal Service Fund, reach out and report these issues, and that's at 926-1727. That is 926-1727. You can note that. So reach us on our internet presence, and that's at www.usf.gov.jm. I'm going to repeat it. So that's at www.usf.gov.jm. Right. You can reach us also on our social media presence, and that's at USF Jamaica, that's for X, formerly known as Twitter, and USF Jamaica, and that's for Facebook and Instagram. And I will now bid you good morning on behalf of the Universal Service Fund, and I will hand back over to our Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jamie. Please sit down. All right. So, the Director of Projects would have said a lot. I'm going to be asking my first question, children. Please, I hope you were listening, and I hope you read the paper I gave you. When did the Universal Service Fund actually started? Anyone can come. Anybody, when did we start? What year did it come along? What year did we start? Come along.
USF started in 2005.
Hey, big round of applause. Very good. Are we taking the picture? Okay. All right. Next question. Give me a cup there, please. What was the name at the time when the Universal Service Fund started? What was the name? No, you again. You cannot get everything. Somebody else. Don't show her, hey, boy. Huh? Come, let me see, come. And I tell you all the one, when you come here, you must listen. And you tell me if she is correct, because she looks like she's going wrong.
Universal Access Fund?
Is she correct? Yay! Very good. All right. And finally, for this first round, when was the name changed? Universal Access Fund. Come to the Universal Service Fund.
2012.
Hey! All right, please, you have to listen and read. I gave you the paper, the brochure, and I said to you, read. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. All right, we have Miss Charnette Flemings, Community Development Officer, Social Development Commission. Give her a big round of applause as she comes.
Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and our esteemed members of the Brownsville community, as well as our stakeholders, I want to stand here before you and say that it is a pleasure being here. All right. It is also an immense gratitude or a feeling of gratitude and warmth that I'm here because one, I live here, and two, the community of Browns Hall have shown that we have community spirit. All right. It is within the great pleasure that we acknowledge the importance of community in the lives that we live here at Browns Hall and in the moment here that we are today. All right. We are here to celebrate not only the access of internet, but also the community spirit that we have. We want to also thank the Universal Service Fund for being here, as well as for giving us access to internet, as well as our Member of Parliament for the initiative that they work with the Universal Service Fund. All right, in this doing, we also extend the the Browns Hall Primary School for being here, as well as for giving us the space to have this celebration. All right? We all know that in the 21st century, internet access is not only just the activity for communication as well as education, but it also gives empowerment to individuals who live in the space. Persons can work through the internet, am I right? Persons can communicate through the internet, and it also not only empowers us to do good things, but it empowers ourselves. So as we are here to access the internet through the Universal Service Fund and the helpings of our Member of Parliament, we say thank you to the Universal Service Fund as well as to the Member of Parliament. It is important to note as well that the Social Development Commission endorses the Universal Service Fund and the happenings today so that we are able to appreciate the empowerment that we have within the space. All right? On behalf of the Social Development Commission, as well as the community at large, I stand here today as our Community Development Officer, thanking you for this opportunity, as well as thanking you for the importance or the opportunity that it gives the children of our community, for the adults that will be using the internet access for good things that we have today. So we say thank you for the progress, and we say thank you to the Universal Service Fund.
Thank you very much, Madam Social Development, Miss Shawnette Flemings. All right. Question. Look at children, take out your brochure. Look at the front. Brochure. There are three important persons on the brochure. Come on. I'll leave that. All right. Anybody that can come and tell me the name of one, and who is that one? Children, look at the hey, look at the program, look at the brochure. Look good. Huh? Who do you recognize? Who you know on it? Come. What's your name?
Zakia Williams,
What grade are you in?
grade 6.
Grade 6, all right. Tell me, Shakia, one person that you recognize. Oh, let me see your brochure. Where the brochure bring come? All right. Tell me now who you recognize on it.
Honorable Favor Williams,
And who is she?
Favor Williams, the
No, who is she?
Minister of Education.
Hey, give her a big round of applause. Very good, very good. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else recognize? And you recognize anybody else? You okay? No talking. Which one? All right, come. How are you? How are you?
I'm kind of nervous.
You're nervous? No, man, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. What's your name?
Jaquan Alexander Harvey,
And what grade are you in?
4.
All right. Tell us who you recognize on the brochure. But give him a second or two. You don't recognize anybody. Go and sit down. Come. Your name is?
Deja Von Brown,
Mr. Brown. What grade are you in? Grade? Sorry?
grade 5.
Okay. Tell us now who you recognize on the brochure.
The CEO of Universal.
What name?
Universal Fund.
Yeah, what is his name? No, sir. You can't remember. Did I still give him? Your name will say yes. All right. All right. So since I'm going to still give him, right? But anybody else knows the name of the CEO, Universal Service Fund? Come. No, you get that right. You go back and sit down. No, keep it sit down. Go sit down.
Special sign out for is Daniel Dawes.
All right. Hey. Fucking him back. Give him a big round of applause. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Let us welcome the minister, the Honorable Christopher Tufton. Time to come in, minister. We thought you had changed your mind. Glad to have you. All right, Mrs. Novalyn Leachman, principal, Brownsall Primary School. I want to tell her a big thank you.
Privileged to have you here today launching this internet, this Wi-Fi service. The community will be better for it as long as it is used responsibly. With the fourth industrial revolution echoing the use of technology and making the world one huge marketplace, it is fitting that community members and the school be abreast of all that is happening globally so growth can be had in education and in business. We are very grateful that some of our students are recipients of well-needed devices in the form of tablets that they'll be getting today. We are sure the parents and students are appreciative of them and will utilize them well. You can't have internet and don't have no device to use it on, right? And I heard Dr. Dawes echo that the ministers were very, it's not greedy you said, sir? No. That they have now come to 4 or 5, the 5th round, right? So I am sure other communities will want, so it's probably going to go to 10, 12, I don't know. It's going to go up, right? Because all the communities will want this internet access. I am indeed elated that Dr. Dawes and Minister Tufton decided to choose this space to receive this service. This gesture tells us that we are indeed a big deal. Aren't we? Brownsall Primary, we are a big deal, and that is good. And I know that we are also dear to our minister's heart. We again welcome Dr. Dawes and his hardworking team to our community and our schools. The Brownsall Primary School, where greatness indeed begins and where discipline and hard work bring success. And with the addition of this free, I'm not going to call it free because it's not free, somebody's paying for it. With the addition of this Wi-Fi, we know that we can reach much farther. We hope we will be able to partner in other ways, and I speak for all of us in education where we say we welcome this and we know that we will be better off for it. Have yourself a fantastic afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Principal. I thank you also for the tea. You gave me the mug of tea. Give her another big round of applause, students. All right, I'm going to be asking Principal O'Neill Gale from the Marlin Hill Primary School to come and address us at this time. Give him a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Doc. It is now afternoon. Good afternoon, all. It is indeed a blessing to be here. I want to say thank you to the Universal Service Fund, to the leadership team. But before I get to that, let me just recognize our very hardworking minister and member of parliament, Dr. Christopher Tufton, who is present here with us today. Can we give the minister a round of applause? CEO, Universal Service Fund, Dr. Dawes. Director of Programs, Mr. Jamie Robinson. The hardworking team, local representatives, specially invited guests, all. Good morning and thank you for being here. The privilege is mine, and I will be brief, but the privilege is mine this morning as a stakeholder in education, as principal of a public educational institution. I am elated to see a project of this nature in the community. And that is because we are in the 21st century. We are living in a global world. We are no longer separated by the oceans and by distances. But the world is now in the information age. My colleague would have mentioned the fourth industrial revolution. And so, if we as a country do not take tangible steps to position our citizenry, to position the students that we mold by giving them access to information, then what that means is that we will be left behind. And so, as one of the stakeholders, I would like to express thank you to the team that made this happen. On behalf of the students, on behalf of the teachers, on behalf of the administrators, and the various communities in the Brownsall surrounding area. I did my research, and Mr. Edwards told me that from as far down as the police station, Brownsall Police Station, all the way up to Mile Gully, once you are in that vicinity, then you will have access. And I believe that is a great accomplishment. And I know, as someone that has been involved in the business of education for 21 years, I know that this addition will boost the positioning of not just the students who will definitely use internet access, to complete their work, in order to progress, in order to grow, in order to keep abreast with what is happening. But I know that hardworking community persons, the internet and access to information, it's not a want anymore, but it's basically a need in order for us to function. And so I want to say thank you again, and we look forward to using this service. The Lord bless you, team. Blessings.
Thank you, Principal Gail. Well said. I think Principal Simpson still here? Or he left? All right, so you never really spent any time. All right, thanks very much, sir. And then the police not here. The police not here. I understand that Sergeant is the only person at the station. And so nobody is able to come. Sorry? Right. So the third person on the brochure is who? Anybody know the third person? No, not you. Children, what with the third person on the brochure? So you identified, you got already? Come, you come. You know, little young lady. You get already, you can't come again. Once you got already? All right. Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And your name is?
China Ann Richards.
And your grade?
5.
Grade 5. Now, show me the person that you're talking. Okay. Which one? Sir. No, sir, she don't know. No, I would tell her. What are you? The third, okay, somebody hand, come. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And your name?
Duan J. Martin.
Grade?
6.
Grade 6, very good. Show me the paper. All right, point and show me now. Very good. Who is that person?
Dr. Nigel Clark.
And who is he?
Minister of Finance.
Hey! Who tell you? Anybody tell you? You sure? Look for me, boy, and tell me. The man tell you. Give him a big round of applause. Very good, very good. All right. Now your counselor to be, I see your counselor caretaker, Jeremiah. What a wonderful name. Where is he? Jeremiah was with us when we came to do the tour, remember? And when we made the commitment. And his name is Mr. You sure it's Mr., eh? I'm just joking. Jeremiah Edwards, hardworking counselor caretaker, and I understand he's an excellent teacher. Give him a big round of applause as he comes to address you.
Master of Ceremony, Dr. Daniel Dawes, Ms. Gwendolyn Harris, Mr. Jamie Robinson, Director of Projects, Universal Service Fund, Ms. Shawnette Flemings, Social Development Commission Officer, Ms. Novaline Leachman, Principal, Mr. O'Neill Gale, Marley Principal, my Member of Parliament, Dr. Christopher Tufton, members of the Universal Service Fund, community members, students, well-wishers, a pleasant good afternoon to you all. It is with distinct pleasure that I stand here today in the capacity as a councillor caretaker for the Gingers Division. To applaud and congratulate the Universal Service Fund for this initiative of providing the community of Brownsall with free Wi-Fi. Indeed, this has come at a time when everyone is so engrossed in the technological age, where information is readily at our fingertips with a simple touch of a button on our technological device. This great initiative will certainly bridge the information gap through internet access and free Wi-Fi for everyone, as this is the mantra of the Universal Service Fund. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this initiative will reap numerous benefits, as it is welcome relief for those who struggle to purchase data, which is sometimes grossly inadequate, to effectively cater to the demands of completing projects or other important assignments. Having access to free Wi-Fi will greatly enhance the teaching and learning process in my school, Brownsall Primary, as teachers and students will have access to important information readily. Again, to Dr. Daniel Dawes and his team, a big thank you from the community representative. Thank you.
Very good. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you, teacher, councillor caretaker. Job well done. An item now from the Browns Hall Primary School. Give them a big, big round of applause for the item. Item, Browns Hall Primary School. All right. 1, 2, 3, start.
Thought I found a way. But you never go away, away. So I guess I gotta stay now. Oh, I hope someday I'll make it out, even if it takes all night or 100 to hide, but I can't find one that wanna feel alive outside. I can find my fear is a lovely heart made of glass. Tear me to pieces. Welcome home. Walking out of time, looking for a better place. Something's on my mind. I'll make it out. Takes all night or hard, but I can't find outside. I can't find my feet. Heart made of glass, my mind of stone. Tear me to pieces, skin and bone.
That was good? Give them a big, big round of applause. And you think they deserve, something? All right, come, Minister. Get. No, she get ready. She get ready. Yeah, give it to your cousin. Or give it to your cousin. Or give it to your cousin. You see? Our cousin. Make sure you give it to your cousin, all right? Give them a big round of applause again. Very good. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we come to the best part of the program where we'll be addressed by your member of parliament. And this is a minister that nationally, not what Dr. Dawes is saying. If you check, they call it blue what? Blue what? Blue diamond? Blue dots. Blue dots. Poll. That they say so, that me. That he is the hardest and best known minister of government. Hello? Aren't you proud of your member of parliament? Hard working, man. Hard working. And sometimes you don't even recognize who you have until you lose it. Please give your member of parliament all the support. Moses delivered the children of Israel. But when Moses' hand became what? Weak, he had to call on Joshua and who else? And Aaron, no Caleb? Yes. And they won the battle when the hand fell down, the enemy prevailed. And when the hand, yes, we must learn to hold up the hands of those who are leading us, particularly when they are good leaders. For somebody is MP, you know, they just want to turn MP and they want to do no work. You understand? But you can't say that. You have an excellent MP and an excellent minister of government, and he has great prospects. You have to take your time and talk. Give your member of parliament a big round of applause as he comes to us at this time.
Dr. Dawes, man, you get me in trouble, you know. It's your glasses. Here. Your glasses. Here. Yes. Sometimes I wonder why you use that glass, because you bend over the people like that. You probably need to renew it, man. Anyway, you're always a treat to have around. And for these youngsters, I'm sure they're having a lot of fun. Dr. Dawes, Daniel Dawes, Chief Executive Officer, Universal Service Fund. Madam Principal, good to have you, ma'am. Or should I say thank you for having us. We have disrupted your daily routine, and we're always feeling welcome when we come to Browns Hall. Mr. Principal, thank you for being here, sir. You have disrupted your own schedule, I'm sure, too, from Marley Hill to be here, so we appreciate your... Are there any other principals here? Oh, he was here earlier. Okay, fine. I cannot say I know all the names of the persons here, so let me just recognize Mrs. Harris from the Pentecostal City Mission Church. There she is right there. Thank you. I'm sure you did lovely prayers before I came in. Thank you very much. I hope I was also situated somewhere in there. If not, please remember me at all times. Jamie Robinson, Director of Projects. Good to see you, sir. Did I teach you at the university? Was I there with you? Also, we were students together? No. But what? You were at health before, but weren't I at you? Anyway, him looked like one of my students. He was a teacher at the university many years ago. And you remind me of that. So anyway, and the sergeant isn't here. But for the rest of you who are here, and for the youngsters, good afternoon to you. Reach afternoon yet? Yes. I want to apologize for being late, but it's an apology that Daniel knows very well because I give him every time I go to a session with him, right? But boy, I always get caught up when I'm ready to leave. I have to stop and look for a gentleman down at the entrance of the constituency where somebody stole a bike. I'm gonna say it because it probably will just tell us how challenging society is. Somebody stole a bike, was racing to get away. He was crossing the road, and the bike just totally hit him down, damaged his brain, break his hand, his leg. Innocent young man who was just going about his business, and because of deviant behavior, and was in the hospital for a while. I had to stop because he needed some assistance. So I won't say who it is, but it's every day we come across these types of tragedies. But nevertheless, I'm glad to be here, and always happy to be here, and especially when it involves the Universal Service Fund, because the Universal Service Fund come with a bag of good news, This is an organization that don't give us bad news or challenging news. When they decide that they're coming, you know that a lot of goodies are going to be accompanied by their arrival, right? So give them a round of applause. Very positive organization, very enthusiastic staff, led by a very, very talented, committed, full of vim, vigor, and vitality Chief Executive Officer. And he not only informs, he entertains, and he provides direction and guidance. And he always have a little surprise. So I suspect you're going to get the little surprise after. We know the main event, right? It's a turn on of Wi-Fi, which is big and bold and a big success. But he normally brings some other things, and we have seen that being distributed to the youngsters. So youngsters, you feeling good? The ones who got something feel good? The ones who don't get yet, let me see your hands. Put up your hand if you don't get anything yet. All right, I'm going to make sure all of you get, right? If not, no, later on. But let me just say, without being long-winded, that what we're doing here with the Universal Service Fund is a true partnership. A partnership between an agency of the government of Jamaica and communities, in this instance, the Browns Hall community, right here in St. Catherine, West Central. And it's a true partnership because it demonstrates the positive relationship between the people and the government, the leaders who you elect to provide leadership in a very tangible way. And that tangible manifestation of partnership is captured in the government's attempt through the Universal Service Fund and Wi-Fi access to empower an entire community. You can't want it better than that, That's what education does. That's what healthcare does. That's what building road does. That's what putting in postal agency does. Wi-Fi is like the icing on the cake because it means that you are now empowered as citizens of Browns Hall and the immediate environs and of this primary school to now go on the World Wide Web without having to pay personally. It's paid for, but not by you. And there is a lot of benefits in that. And we must see it as a very beneficial addition to the community. Now, those benefits, we, the older ones, will have to help the younger ones to understand and appreciate and take advantage of. So you have the youngsters in the room here who have research to do They have homework to complete. They want to know what a word means, and they don't probably have the dictionary right away. They want to know what foreign look like. What is the latest thing going on in space? What is the latest technology in a car that is being manufactured? They want to know what are the latest advancements in medicine, because they are studying, and one of them have ambition to be a doctor or a lawyer or a social worker or a plumber. And it's right at their fingertips through the internet access. We now have to say, this is how you can use to be empowered. Because the device and the access can be highly motivational. Because when you see, you learn, you're exposed. And that is a very positive thing. The same for the adults. Because we mustn't profess that we know everything. And the world is an increasingly small place because of universal access through internet. When you can know what's going on in Australia, which is 24-hour flight away, right from Brownsville right here, is a good thing. And when you can talk to your sister cousin in New York, and she'll give you the latest, and until it says snow or fall, that time you're hot like fire out here, and you encourage her with a nice, lovely smile. That's a good thing. Because sometimes we solve loneliness through communication, even if it's remote. That's a positive thing. So this is real, true, substantive partnership. Internet access, Wi-Fi access through the Universal Service Fund and the community of Brownsville is a positive thing. Now, I am very proud, I must tell you, and this is bragging rights I'm claiming. And I know that Jeremiah Edwards, who is the caretaker counselor, and I have to say I do hope he becomes a counselor. And I'm not being political, but I have to be political when I make a statement like that. Because he's a good man. He knows the community. He knows the people. Him born here, him grow here. And not take him so lightly because him look kind of quiet and timid and a little bit fraily. You know, him not... Him not, you know what I mean? Him kind of slim and trim, which is not a bad thing either. But he's also very deliberate and understand his role in providing leadership, having had that leadership here at the school and in the community for many years. But I'm proud of the work that certainly my team and I have done in this community. And you may not see me every day, but I hope that people see the work that is being done as part of that partnership that I just spoke about. For example, we have good roads to drive on. That's a partnership between the government and the people. We have a brand new health center across the road, which as Member of Parliament I initiated, working with 2 former students from here, helping them with the design, with the support and the staff that is now there. You may have recalled, there was an empty land across the road. It now has a beautiful health center. That's a partnership with the people and their representative. When I became MP, we spent, through a project that was in train, which we completed, nearly $50 million to upgrade the school. That's a partnership that we have with the people. And of course, we have been working on the water and water access. And today, you have Wi-Fi access. Now, I will say what I said when we were opening the health center across the road. I am not an MP that will always have or sometimes even be willing to give a man a $500 if that's all I represent. I want him and me and the relationship that we have to represent a lot more than that. I must be viewed as the man, the representative, the person you elect, your MP, your minister, as the case may be, who is there to empower you so that you can grow to become independent and that you can represent yourself and your family in a way where you feel positive about yourself, positive about your community, positive about the future. And I believe that the Brownsville community today having been here for 7+ years, is a far better community than it was 7+ years ago. We never have a health center. We never have an upgraded school. We never have nicely Barber Green Road. And we never have internet access. And I'm only identifying 4 things. I could identify more. So I might not have the $500 every day, but I hope the things that I've just mentioned are far more important. And for that reason, people will feel like they are known less of than any other community in Jamaica, in a Kingston, uptown, Middletown, or even downtown. Because the ambition of us as leaders, and I'm including Daniel, is to empower people. That's our role, to empower people and encourage them to realize their full potential. And that is what we hope that we are doing here today. So I want to thank the Universal Service Fund. I want to thank those of you who are here, those who are participating, and those who are not. I want you to help us to carry that message. It's an important message. It's an important message because too often, and I'm going to close in 2 minutes, society has become, in the conversation that we have, the most base and basic, which doesn't help us to realize our full potential. Where every time you see a man, he want a let off, he want a pop off, he want beat the system, he want an advantage what him no earn or him don't work for. It's not a good thing. And I'm saying it in the school environment because these youngsters need to grow and understand that what we do for them to give them the greatest gift in life is to help them to become independent, young, older people when they grow. And that is what Wi-Fi access helps them to realize. We have the SDC here and other organizations. They are critical community-based organizations. They help to organize communities, just as we're doing here. And I depend on them a lot and will continue to depend on them to make things happen even more so. So thank you very much. Congrats again. And thank you, Dr. Dawes. And I hope we have another Wi-Fi community here or there to deal with in the near future. All right? Good.
Give Minister, Member of Parliament, another big round of applause. Everybody, everybody! Thank you very much, Minister. All right, Ms. Brady, we are going to be handing out the tablets now.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Speak loud.
Okay, so we'll be calling the students, and they come up to receive the tablets. The first person is Janelia Bailey, and she's from Eccleston Primary and Infant School. Principal, next principal, you need it in there. Oh. Come in. Okay, so you're going to look towards the camera. Janelia Bailey. So take the tablet out the bag and to take another picture. Look in the camera, look towards the camera. The next student is Damar Davis from Eccleston Primary and Infant School. The next student is Adriana Goldson, and she's from Marley Hill Primary and Infant School. it round to show the logo. The next student is Keanu Smith, and he's from Marley Hill and Primary Infant. The next student, Jada Taylor from Browns Hall Primary School. Turn the bag around. The next student, Andre Grant from Browns Hall Primary School. Okay, I'm going to ask all the recipients to come back to the front. That's it.
All right, Thompson, where are you? Vote of thanks. Give her a big round of applause as she comes. Martina. Come, Martina.
All protocols observed. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Brownsall Primary School, by extension, the Brownsall community, we want to say a big thank you for taking the time out to visit our noble community and for implementing this initiative. I know it will be most beneficial to our students and to the community at large. Mrs. Gwendolyn Harris, Mr. Daniel Dawes, Mr. Jamie Robinson, Dr. Daniel Dawes, Miss Jamie Robinson, Miss Shawnette Flemings, and Miss Noveline Leachman. We really, really appreciate you, and we want to say thank you. Dr. Christopher Tufton, please don't kill me. Yes, Dr. Tufton, you've been doing an amazing job, and we want to say thank you, big up, kudos to you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you also in closing for coming. It has been a very successful session. We'll be serving you some curry goat and Spanish water. All right, that is after we do the unveiling on the outside. So all of us now heading to the unveiling site just by the gate here. All right, so please join us now. Everybody. Calvin.
Universal Service Fund. Universal Service Fund.